Hello guys, it's Hylissang here, support for Team Mud Lions, and today I'll explain some tricks and tips for playing Pyke, and I hope you enjoyed. Tip number 1 for playing Pyke is when you want to use Q on enemy champion, you always kind of need to have like E or W off cooldown, because I think if you have both like on cooldown, you are very easy to be locked down, and sometimes you need both. But in some situations, you need at least one to, after hitting or like missing the kill, that you can run and escape. And both are usually very good tools to escape, but without them, you often will end up in CC or just they'll close the gap and back in your day.
So it gathers the enemy and he has a spell to help me with. And when I start Q, I'm exposing myself of his spell. So you have to have this. So if you was towards a hook right now, you want to dodge it out or be able to follow up with your E or escape with your E after the hook lands.
This time will be the trick. It's maybe a bit more advanced than more niche trick, but I think it's something very useful when it comes to positioning. With Pyke ultimate, you can also like jump walls because of it. As long as you hit the X, as long as you hit your ultimate, it will teleport you in the middle of the ultimate. But you can hit the edge of the ultimate, it will teleport you around the target. So you can, it's pretty hard to hit, but if the enemy is CC, you can extend your ultimate even, like, because the edge of the ultimate is further than the actual hitbox. So you can make like very long ultimate.
You can hit the ultimate 100%. You can position differently around the ultimate. You can end up here, here, or here, or you can even extend it because this is the range of the ultimate. This is the range of the ultimate, but you can also hit your ultimate like this, even though this is the range of the ultimate. If you can hit ultimate 100%, you can even position over walls like that. So how it works is like our mid lane is a plus basically, and on the side is a X.
Trick number 3 will be Pyke Q can be cancelled with all your spells, but I think the most efficient one is with E. If you have it on smart cast, your E, and then you start charging your Q, you can cancel your Q animation, or like you just cancel your Q. Often they'll think that your Q knocks you down and they can ultimate you, but with this trick you can just, if your E is on smart cast, you can press E and escape and then bait out the ultimate, which is pretty crucial ability. And took me like, I don't know how many games, maybe 20 games to realize that I can do that.
Let's say this is a this round and I want to hook in and he throws a hook at me. I want to dodge it. I don't want to get hit placed on Nautilus. I can charge, he hooks me, I E, then he hooks the wall, and then I can stump him, or I can play. You don't want to be hit with Pyke when you charge your Q, so you always want to have a backup plan up. What if enemy throws a skill shot at you? You either want to sidestep it because of movement speed, or you want to dodge it because of your E.
Tip number 4 would be like, okay, so how W of Pyke works is when you press it, you gain movement speed and whatever, like invisibility or camouflage, but the enemy has like aura around them. So if you're in the range of the enemy, they'll hear you, and then they will see under their feet that you are nearby. They don't know where you are coming from, but they know that you're nearby. So if you kind of know the range of the W, when they spot you, you can go up to like a brush. You press W, go to a bush, and then you can cancel your W with pressing base or with one of your skills. But I usually like doing it with base, since it doesn't really waste any cooldown, so I can attack the enemy right after.
Let's say you wanna gank your lane and you wanna get to this bush unspotted without him knowing. You just sneak to this bush with W and click base here, and then he doesn't know you're in the bush because the animation didn't show. For example, this is the range, and you can cancel it if you get in the bush faster, because you don't want him to know that you're in the area like this.
This trick with Pyke is utilizing that you can move while charging Q. So I think for Pyke it's very important when you press Q and where, because in some spots enemy has like very little room of dodging or like escaping your Q ability if you press it like at the right time in the right moment, just because you can move. Meanwhile other champions can like trash or Blitzcrank or Nautilus. They don't have this, that you can just go close to them or go close to the wall and the gap of where they can escape.
I think it's probably the most important Pyke trick that you can get from this video, because it's used in every time you press Q. You have to be mindful of this trick. Is that the Q is very powerful, is just because you can move meanwhile charging it, and usually the hooks are like kind of 50-50, or like the hooks can be 50-50, but Pyke hook can be almost like 100%.
Thank you for watching the tips and tricks for Pyke, and I hope you learned something new, and yeah, enjoy trying them in solo queue and learning more about the champion. Bye bye.